All right, welcome to another episode of Harness News Update. I'm your boy Trey Colbeck. It is June 21st edition here on a beautiful Friday afternoon, I guess, depending on where you're watching in the world. And we're here live on our presenting sponsor, harnesslink.com, because harnesslink.com is the only harness racing website truly dedicated to covering news and events in the harness racing industry worldwide. Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Canada, and of course the United States, all in one easy to find and easy to use website. So check out harnesslink.com for more. We're also sponsored by HarnessBid because HarnessBid is the game changer for the standardbred harness racing bloodstock industry. Provides buyers and sellers with an easy to use online platform that offers global reach, unparalleled transparency, and convenience for you, its customers. Zero commission on any horse sold, so you don't have to worry about that pesky commission fees creeping into your profits. For more information and to get started, visit harnessbid.com. And thank you to our friends at the USTA. Without them, none of this would be possible. Now, we don't have a huge episode today, just a few things from over the last few days. I think Tuesday's episode will be a little bit bigger as well. I'll talk about kind of some things that are going on near the end of at the end of the show. The last few days, we had some Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund. That's what we'll start off with. New York Sire Stakes also kicked off with the Excelsior Series for 2-year-olds, kicked off on Wednesday at Buffalo Raceway. And then the last couple of days, we had some Ontario side grassroots for 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers and the Philly Trotters. And then a couple of events at Scioto Downs kicked off, as well as the second leg of the Daryl Sherman went down yesterday at Scioto. So not a lot to go over, probably a quick episode, and that's fine. We'll get everyone out of here for the weekend. You know, everyone's working for the weekend. Make sure to check out Harness News Update Picks and Analysis. For today, I'll have Century Downs up and going. There should be up already. There should be a link in the description, or check out harnesslink.com for more. I'll have Woodbine Mohawk Park for Saturday, and opening day of Track on 2 on Sunday. I think I'll be back to Oak Grove on Monday. That's kind of the way up. And then Georgia Down on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I usually take off. And then we'll be back next week, probably for Rideau, or we'll see how it goes. That's usually the kind of the rotation I've been doing. So make sure to keep that check that out as well. Make sure to check out Harness Link for all the great news from John Barry, Gil Winston, Ace Barnsdale, Steve Wolf, Kim Rinker. That's the North American crew right there, and Garnett Barnsdale. We always have great stuff going on at harnesslink.com. And of course, if you want to check out the Australian, New Zealand, European stuff, it's all there as well. Well, without further ado, let's kind of get things started here. Like I said, we're going to start off in Delaware. Harrington Raceway on Tuesday was the second leg, or second elimination, they call it, for the 3-year-old Philly Pacers here in the DSBF. There was 3 splits. First one was race 2. And we're going to go to, this one goes to Grace O'Malley. Wire effort in 158-2. Corey Callahan in the bike for Chrissy Chrisman Beer. This is obviously a 3-year-old filly by Emeritus Maximus, getting the big win there. The second elimination went in race 4, Small Town Bad Girl at 6-1. Minor upset there with Art Stafford Jr. in the bike. Wins this one. Dylan Davis trains Small Town Bad Girl. Badlands Hanover Sired filly goes 157 flat. Good afternoon, Alan. Thank you for joining us, and everyone else who's joining us here. And the third elimination goes to Curtsy for Persico. The Roddy's Bag again, sired filly, wins in 156-1 with Tim Tetrick in the bike. Jim King Jr. trains. There we go, little horse for the day. It's always a great Friday to spend watching the horses. We move on to Wednesday. There was more of the Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund. This time with 3-year-old Philly Trotters. The first split was race 1. And it goes to Marino's Prize. This is an EL Platinum sired. Wins in 159-4. Ross Wolfenden in the bike for trainer Nicholas DeVita. Big win there. The second elimination goes race 6. Lovey's Place wins this one wire to wire in 159-1 with Art Stafford Jr. in the bike. He trains this EL Platinum sired filly as well. And then the third and final elimination here for the 3-year-old filly trotters goes in race 7. DeBerg wins in 159 and 2. Pat Barry in the bike for trainer Jason Skinner. This is an Anders Bluestone sired filly, getting the big win there. And actually, before, oh, did I miss something? As well, I actually missed the replays on this, so I apologize. But there was also the 3-year-old Colton Gelding trot. There was one non-wagering one. I thought there was just the one non-wagering one, so that was my mistake. The non-wagering one went to LG's Bluestone in 158 flat. Art Stafford in the bike for trainer Les Givens. It's another Anders Bluestone sired trotter. And then there was actually two wagering ones. First one was race 2, and that goes to Pretty 2 in 2 minutes and 3/5. Carlo Passino in the bike trains this Dusty Winner sired trotter as well. And then the last one was race 4, and it goes to LG's Jackson, a Rolls Blue Chip in 2 minutes and 1/5. Jim Morand in the bike for trainer Les Givens. Now we'll move on to Buffalo Raceway. On Wednesday had the 2-year-old Philly Pacers kicked off. There was 2 splits in the New York Sired Stakes Series. First race, Send It Down Slim wins this one in 158 and 3. Mark McDonald in the bike for Ray Schnitker. This is a Huntsville sire 2-year-old. Minor 7-2 upset, beating out Chase of Flighting, who was the favorite, who finished second. The second split goes next race 2, and it goes to Cowgirl Hanover in 158 and 4. Doug McNair in the bike for trainer Jared Bacco. There's another Huntsville getting the win there. And then there's also the New York Excelsior Series for 2-year-old Philly Pacers Wednesday at Buffalo Raceway. The first split here goes race 5. There was 3. First one goes to On Cloud Wine in 159 and 3. Another Huntsville with Mark McDonald in the bike. Ray Schnitker trains 159 and 3. A 29 and 1 closing quarter. Again, a minor 2-1 upset. The betting favorite, Balval High on Maggie, finished second. Just got passed late here by On Cloud Wine. The second division here for the Excelsiors was race 7. It goes to Bronx Mixer. Guess what? Another Huntsville with Mark McDonald for trainer Ray Schnitker. The co-favorite wins in 159 flat. The other co-favorite, Ballville Kidnot Tedna. I hate those names that are all spread together. I can't read them all the time. Finished second. And then race 11 was the third split for the New York Excelsior Series for 2-year-old Philly Pacers. Best of Bryn wins at 7-1 here for Kevin Cummings. Big upset. Sorry, 6-1. Ronald Haltailing trains this in the Arsenal sired Pacer. And that's everything from New York. Now we'll move just north of the border to Ontario. On Tuesday night, had the Ontario Sired Stakes Grassroots Lake 2 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. There was 4 splits for this. First one was race 2. And first one goes to Lakers Bank in 152 and 1. Travis Cullen in the bike. This is an all bets off sired Gelding. 152 and 1 was the 3-1 second favorite. The favorite, Sports Advocator, finished second. The second split was race 4. Century Komodo wins this one in 151. Doug McNair in the bike for trainer Anthony Beaton. Another 3-1 minor upset. 27-2 closing quarter was good enough to hold off Chalk Hanover, the betting favorite. Ooh, big stretch drive there. Third split for the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers here goes to Always a Thrill. This was race 6 Tuesday night. James McDonald in the bike for trainer Robert McIntosh. This was the heavy favorite. 150 and 3, 29-second closing quarter. Chesterman finished about 2/5 of a second later, but had a 28 and 1 closing quarter, but couldn't rally at 11 to 1. James McDonald and Always a Thrill. This is a better delight gelding. And Robert McIntosh gets back in the winner's circle as a trainer in the fourth and final leg split for the leg 2 here in race 8 with Do Better wire to wire and 152 and 1. Sam Filion in the bike 26 and 3 closing quarter for this heavy favorite. It's a better's delight gelding getting the win here. And then the next thing we'll look at in Ontario went Thursday. It was the second leg for the 3-year-old filly trotters in the grassroots division. First split goes to Valentine Blue Chip, who with Doug McNair in the bike. Rob McNair trains in 154 and 3. This is a muscle mass sired filly getting the job done. 28-second closing quarter. It's good enough to win this. Race 4 was the second split. Her Currency wins with Bob McClure. Co-favorite at 2 to 1. Wins this one in 155 flat, beating out the other co-favorite, West River Ivory. Her Currency is the bank sired filly. The third elimination goes to Radical Legacy in 155 and 3. Doug McNair in the bike again for Rod McNair. This is a 3-year-old filly by Muscle Mass. Big 155 and 3 here. 29 closing quarter. Two co-favorites finish 1-2. Radical Legacy just finished with Mass Cara finishing second. And then the fourth and final grassroots split here for leg 2 for the 3-year-old filly trotters was race 8 last night. Birthday Money wins this with Todd Ratchford in the bike in 155 and 1. Minor 4 to 1 upset with Sweet Valley finishing second, who was the favorite. Birthday Money is a Resolve filly getting the win here. Make sure we'll keep up to date on all the Ontario Steyr stuff going on. That things are starting to heat up there as well as the summer continues. And then the last track we will look at, Scioto Downs had a couple events kick off, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday, with the second leg also starting on Thursday. So first we'll kick off with the J. Kaltenbach leg 1. This is fillies eligible to the Buckeye Stallion Series that did not race in the second leg of the Ohio Sired Stakes. Winners over 100,000 lifetime as well. So this goes to Osaka Hall, winning in 155 and 3. Dan Noble in the bike for Brian Georges. This is an Uncle Peter sired filly. Big win there. And then on Thursday, we kicked off leg 1 of the Dick Richardson. It was race 7. And this is for trotting horse and geldings eligible to the Buckeye Stallion Series that did not race in the second leg of the Ohio Sire Stakes. This goes to Tom Swifty, along Tom. He wins in 157 and 1. Dan Noble in the bike for Christy Noble. 28 and 4 closing quarter was good enough to finish this one out. Gypsy Hill at 6 to 1 tried hard to rally here, but just ran out of track. And then the final thing we will look at. Oh, sorry. There's also another leg here, race 13 for the Dick Richardson, and it went to Irresistible Sun in 156 and 2. And then as well, we have the second leg of the Daryl Sherman. This is for Ohio sired horses and geldings, non-winners of 2 pair mutual or 15,000 lifetime, 5 years and under. It goes to 9,106 and 153 flat, 28 and 4 closing quarter. Dan Noble in the bike for Christy Noble. This is a lather up sired gelding. And that wraps up everything I have for you today. Not like I said, not a huge day, or not a lot went on over the last few days. But if you want to keep it going, make sure to check out Harness News Update Picks and Analysis. Like I said, today I have Century Downs in Calgary, which is outside of Calgary, I guess technically. Going today. Tomorrow I'll have Woodbine Mohawk Park. Sunday I'll have Track on 2 again in Alberta. Monday I'll be back to Oak Grove. Also check out Churro Raceway. They kick off their first Friday card of the day of the summer. Today, my picks are up on the screen there on their broadcast, as well as Dresden Raceway in Ontario. On Sunday, my picks will be up on the broadcast as well, so make sure to check them out. And check out everything that I got going on at Harness News Update. And thank you for joining us. And we'll always be here live on our presenting sponsor, harnesslink.com, because harnesslink.com is the only harness racing website truly dedicated to covering news and events in the standardbred industry worldwide. We're also sponsored by HarnessBid, because HarnessBid is the game changer for the standardbred and racing industry. Provides buyers and sellers with an easy-to-use online platform that offers global reach, unparalleled transparency, and convenience for you, its customers. Check out harnessbid.com for more and to get started. And again, thank you to our friends at the USTA. Without them, none of this would be possible. So we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll have a lot more to preview and recap on Tuesday. There's a big day, some big eliminations going on at Yonkers Raceway. Sire Stakes continues everywhere. So keep it locked in at Harness News Update, only on Harness Link. See you on Tuesday. Have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.